Welcome back. WeArEuS, and this is Pale Coins. And we've got, I'm pretty sure it's an orc, right? Definitely not a troll. We've got an orc to kill. Now, remember last episode I was talking about how I'd invest points in other stats in order to be able to wield certain weapons and do certain things. I've done that. I have reached the mountaintop that I set for myself, and it's actually pretty gross. Instead of doing it like we did last episode, I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We have. I'm suddenly trying to remember if the left side area had a locked. Even if it did, we had the lock picking skill already, so it would be open. Anyway, I picked up some new weapons after ending last episode because I really like this game, and nothing too special. There's a blue there that apparently has some unique modifiers. We'll take a look at that at the very end. But I picked up some other things, and hold on. This said 38. Oh, that's for 20 strength. That's kind of lopsided. Tried the bleeding. Oh, I know what multi-thrust does now. It's not... Actually, it is. It's alright. Basically, it halves your base damage to then deal that damage 3 times in a single hit. Which is weird, because it can actually be really good, and especially with a modification like this, where you have a chance to inflict dot damage. I would expect multi-thrust to be able to, present you with an opportunity to proc that bleed 3 times in a single hit. And it makes sense that it costs mana because, like I said, the multi-thrust happens in a single hit, dealing 3 instances of damage. The only problem with it is, it's not really good for dealing damage. Like, this thing's physical damage is 37. It would deal half of that 3 times, which sounds like it would be good, and it could. But what you really want is a modification that gives you extra damage. Preferably elemental damage, ice, fire, all of that. The more of that you have, it doesn't actually... This is just I'm theorizing here. That damage would not be halved by the physical damage reduction. Now, if you had extra physical damage as a modifier, honestly, I have no idea how that would work out. I would assume that would just be halved as well. But I wonder if your weapon deals only... I wonder if it was a spear that dealt only elemental damage and it had multi-thrust, what would happen? Interesting. Anyway, so this is interesting, but not... I do like the bleed chance, but it requires 15 strength, and we are... If that were home, we would be very, very far from it. This has +9 physical damage, but it also doesn't have multi-thrust. Oh, right. I tried the bow that deals the... Where is it? Bow that has remember it. It's a bow. Down here. I don't really need to hold on to these anymore, do I? Well, that's junk anyway. And now that one is too. Bow. This one? You? Hail of arrows, that's it. So, I use this, I know what it does. Not great. Basically, what it does is, I thought it would just shoot like a cluster of arrows. Instead, it's a rapid fire. Which would... I wonder if it would be made better if you had extra attack speed. Anyway. Basically, you just fire, as it says, in rapid succession. Which now that I'm reading that, I understand. Anyway, it's not great. 25% of your base physical damage dealt with this weapon is not good. Now, bows do have the same effect, and this probably is game-breakingly powerful. Bows have the knockback and stagger effects that the club has, but you can shoot the enemy from the other side of the screen. Whereas if they don't have a ranged response, they can't stop you or hurt you. So it's kind of a greasy weapon, is all I'm going to say. Especially if you invest in health and then you're just less concerned about dying. Anyway, check that already. So, this is the newest bow that we picked up. It's got a dexterity requirement of 20, which is... oh, but it also deals dark damage, so there is that. Wait. So, I wonder, like with multi-thrust, I wonder if it... what was it? Not on here. I wonder if Hail of Arrows would work like I theorized multi-thrust would and benefit significantly from having base or even modifier-based elemental or bonus elemental damage. That would be an interesting thing to test, but the odds of getting a weapon that has elemental damage like the Lazarus here and having the... what is the word? What is it I'm looking for? Elemental damage? No, not elemental damage. We started with that. Have elemental damage and Hail of Arrows? That's going to be a bit of farming. This recovers 2 mana on kill, which is not great. Marks enemies to receive double damage? I'm sorry, what now? Maybe it's only the bladed bow that can actually stagger enemies. I don't know. But if this works like the bladed bow does, this is disgusting. Being able to make enemies take double damage and then you're just sitting across the screen dealing that damage and they can't get close to you? That's actually the most gross thing I've heard of so far in this game, and I like it. Locked. There's nothing else. Wait, hold on. Let's check these. Why? No, I think yeah, these are already marked for the grave. AKA being sold. Goblin razor? Two-handed sword. Okay. Alright. And then we have the Stone Crusher. It is a two-handed weapon. I don't know if it's a club or what. I do like clubbing, though. Anyway, it comes with 21 physical damage. I read. I'm sorry, brother. You come with intelligence requirements? Or an intelligence requirement of 0. And a strength requirement of 10, which makes sense because it's, I'm assuming, just a stone club. Then it has the skill Crushing Stone. Cast multiple stones in the targeted area, dealing 13 physical damage. Stone Eruption. Cast multiple stones in a line. Hopefully that deals some knockback or something. And like the other club, it counters attacks. I really wish this had some modifiers that gave it something extra. Locked. So yes, I am steadily working my way towards becoming a walking weapons platform. Currently, we are platforming multiple weapons, but we're not necessarily a weapons platform. Not that one. Yet. I think I want to keep the one that has the bleed and multi-thrust. That would be an interesting test. I mean, I'm pretty sure it would work out the way I think it would. I can also give myself elemental damage if I equip books, but that comes at the cost of drop chance via luck. So if I can get one of those books that has luck on it, I'm all in. Otherwise, it's a hard sell. Oh, as far as our stat distribution, we do have one extra point to spend, and I don't know where to put it. Frankly, I'm thinking we just drop trying to do magic at all and just get some base magic regen from Themir. But that requires 10 magic, doesn't it? I hate that. That upsets me. I do need more vitality, though, so I can go there. Alright. Enough talking. This weapon also features range just like the almost equivalent to the club. I haven't actually tested them. But being my enemy is not a good time. Though if they keep juking me like this, they might actually get a hit in one day. Now, remember I mentioned how dirty the bow feels? Yeah. On top of the fact that this thing has bonus crit chance, it's not a lot, but it's enough that they feel it. We can't really equip any of the other ones, but honestly, I don't really. I kind of have to invest in dexterity to get access to the spears further down the line, requirement-wise, but he's there. There. Yeah, so you can even shoot some. Oh, I didn't realize you were also a bow buddy. Okay. Last shot you get to take. I thought I'd swap back to the spear. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been that close to him. Alright. Dark Bow of Bleeding. Hail of Arrows. 17% chance to inflict 8 bleed damage. And now we have something that rolled Hail of Arrows and Dark damage. I guess we're going for dexterity. Like presently I've lost the taste for magic entirely. Too many bows. I mean, we can deal with them. I'm just acknowledging that there are a lot of them. Also, it is a lot harder to hit with the spear when the enemy moves like that. Oh, I also have this dagger because it has deep cut, and I wanted to point out that the 5 health that's listed as cost next to this 10 stamina, that's your health. Yeah. I mean, the base damage this thing does is okay, but you're not getting any real value out of deep cut, especially because it consumes your own health. Now, if it gave you life steal through modifiers, that'd be cool. If it gave you life steal and elemental damage, you'd then have the bonus damage on top of that deep cut hit, and you'd be earning health back, assuming the chance is high enough. But as it stands, this weapon is not really worth using at all. I only have it... Oh, right, I also have that. I only have it equipped just so I could remember to point out the fact that I don't want to use it. And then I have a ritual dagger with 4 sockets. This is going to be my tool. Anything that has to be socketed to be used meaningfully is going to go on here, like the grappling hook. Let me see. I went back to the cave where we found Themir, or the dungeon where we found Themir, and remember the chest that was hidden around, well, across a crevice? Well, works just fine getting across there. For some weird reason, you can't use the grappling hook to get to the platform Themir was on down there, which is very weird. You can get across the platform to, like, you can go from the bottom of that area near the platform where Themir was on to the left side. You can cross that gap to the left side, but you can't cross onto the platform that he was standing on, which is super weird, you know? Anyway, I hear my enemies cry out for death, and I am obliged to help. Fiery Druid robe. Oh, right. No, I don't think I got any armor. I did pick up a new mage glove, but actually this one's better. Junk. Silver bracers of intelligence. I don't know when I picked these up. Ooh, minus 4% gold cost when buying. Slightly less resistance to things, but I mean higher dark and holy resistance. That +1 intelligence, which can only help. Ooh, extra attack speed. I love that. This gives me an extra 10 mana, but this makes me not take damage more. So it also requires 5 magic, and I've only got 4. So I kind of have to go to 10 in order to get the regen skill from Themir. Wait, wouldn't the elemental damage skills from Themir also or affect elemental damage dealt by your weapons? If that's the case, our stat distribution is going to be a lot wider than I had initially planned. 12% damage for your summons, extra fire resistance, extra mana. I actually kind of like this. Its defense is piss, but bonus damage with your one-handed swords, axes, and maces. I haven't come across, well, frankly, our stats are too low to wield any axes or maces right now. So, a bit of a wrinkle, we'll call it. Let me make sure I'm wearing the right one. Yeah, this has the higher... Yeah, this is the better one. I dropped something. Give me that. Yeah, sure, I'll hold on to it for now. What is my helmet? Oh, that is my helmet. Okay. For some weird reason, they won't let you lock things you're wearing. I'm not entirely sure. I might have picked this up during recording last episode. I'm just going to go ahead and point out this thing. I don't need spellcasting speed since I don't really dream of spells anymore. I also realized after ending the episode, I didn't show you the skill gems we have. We have Ice Triad. Now this is piss, but it also deals 15 damage, and it has no stat requirements, aside from benefiting from your intelligence stat. So, you know, mixed. Charge shot. I did try charge shot with I'm pretty sure that it was a piss level bow. Low physical damage, low requirements. The damage as a result was 25, so all I remember is disappointment. But it goes up to 250% if you have enough stamina, so, you know, maybe. We also have a yellow gem, which on weapons gives us holy damage. Gold ore. Blue gem gives us 5 ice damage. No idea why it's higher than the yellow gem. I guess they just randomly roll based on maybe the strength of the enemy they drop from. Assassin's Stab. I wouldn't mind having this on that Goblin Dagger. Ooh, Whirlwind Blades. Creates a whirlwind of blades which damage nearby foes. So this is what I was talking about last episode, but this, based on its icon, I don't think it'll be the one I saw on the video on the Steam page. Fighting Spirit, which we saw before. I wonder, can I activate something like this and then swap off of the weapon that it comes from and maintain the effect? Because having bonus 10 damage, physical damage on this spear would be great. And we're not even going to think about the bow. Don't think about the bow. Charge shot again. Dodge, which doesn't really matter. I bought a whole bunch of bows or arrows from the bowyer. I had a lot of money once. But since we can go to the demon dimension and farm them, possibly even beat the boss, if I play carefully enough. Yeah, that money issue, not a real issue. Leveled up. Okay. Let's go ahead and redistribute those distribute those stat points. Tempted to drop a point on luck, but we also do need magic to get the other one. Is it really a priority? No, but I'd rather be working my way towards it than not. Smells awfully boss fight in here. I guess that was just me. I don't like this. I do have... No, wrong thing. I do have... Fire room. Oh, I don't have magic or mana. Let's fix that. How does that not work? Okay. Screw me, I guess. Well, whatever. No light for us. Ooh, I found something. I think that was a pile of bones. Yeah, I did that. I really wish I could turn on these things. That's a... no, not a chest. I can just barely see these other areas over here. I don't see anything of note. Do we have a torch? Did I remember to keep at least one? Oh, thank goodness. I wonder if... Oh, that's how that works? Oh. Naturally, it has no skills. I think we can get rid of... I was going to show off the damage the dagger can do, but I see no point to that. The dagger's on 6. Now you're on 6, buddy. Good job. Yeah, you thought I wouldn't go looking around for extra things? Come on. You haven't been watching. Probably nothing up there. We've got a door on the right side. But like I said, I want to light all of these. I missed one. Unfortunate. It's weird that you can't light them with fire magic. That seems like an oversight of epic proportions. You can light torches with a torch, but not fire magic. Wait. There we go. Less poor. Can't say I hate it. So we've got a right side and a left side door. And violence beyond. I'm sure. I've got 5 more. We'll hold off for now. See if it opens on its own so I don't need to waste a lot. He's just a normal guy now? Sure. Let's say I believe you. Come on. Take a swing at me and hit your buddy. How did you hit me but not the other guy? Hate the very nature of your existence. Pretty sure I interrupted him using his bow. I wish I could equip katanas. Those require so much dexterity, though. Thankfully, I did put a point in that. It's part of our last distribution. Stand still and let me stab you, sir. Actually, let's check down. Not what I was expecting to find. I wanted loot. I got someone who wanted violence. Because ordinarily, it wouldn't occur to me to look around down here for hidden chests, but that other room has me super suspicious. I'm going to leave this in case there's a key that I can just... Why? Why be like this? And what is even the point of being able to light these things if they don't remember they were lit? Frustrated. So I'm using the broken thing. You're a tanky one, aren't you? Granted, I'm aware it's only tanky because I didn't crit on the second hit like I tend to. That one waited to the third shot to crit. How about you just don't try to bone me, bud? Rakshas's wand again? And remember, the goblin wizard? Whatever he is, he mentioned me having his master's wand. I don't know where I got it from or when, but I have it. Well, I had it beforehand. And like I said, no clue where it came from. I just happened to have it, and he mentioned it. And I wonder how the meeting with the guy normally goes if you don't have it. Get over here. You know, I've experienced instances where it feels like if I'm sprinting and then I attack an enemy that the spear's range is strangely increased. Or maybe it's just when you're attacking above yourself and because it looks a little weird. But no, look, our range is much... No, I guess it's the same. Which is... It does not feel... It doesn't feel right. Saber of mana and a katana of bleeding. We don't need to look at them because... Is that normal? Yeah, apparently this is just dead ends, so I guess getting the key from there is just what's supposed to happen. If it kept going and led to something else, I would think better of it. Wrong one. Yeah, we haven't gone down, but since I have the key now... Right. I mean, I would understand if the torches all went out even after you lit them, if you save the game and then reload the save, or if you were to die and then the same thing happens. I get that. I would be willing to perfectly understand that and accept it if it worked like that. Don't die, everything stays lit after you lit it, or after you light it. Ah, these tell me someone wants the business. You know, I keep angling for a strangling, and then there are just no necks. Paladin's Guard and a rune of fire, and it's not an apprentice rune either. Blessed Assassin armor and something else we missed. Okay. Robbed him blind, I guess. Let's just check, just to make absolutely sure. Oh, by the way, this weapon has holy damage on it, so it deals more damage to the undead. But it doesn't have any skills that'll be able to take advantage of it, so, you know. It all balances out. Sadly, it balances out. I would love to have a skill on this, but it doesn't have a rune slot or anything. Or a socket. Oh, it does. Well, I'm a liar. I don't really want to socket anything good into it. Fighting Spirit would probably... I do like the weapon. So I'll probably end up using it for a long time. This can only be socketed into two-handed swords and axes and maces. But this goes into anything. Even equipment or armor. I could give the spear extra damage, but I don't think we need that. Yeah, we used the key to open the door rather than a lockpick, thank goodness, because I wasn't paying attention. We also can add dark damage. I don't really think we need Fighting Spirit, though. I'll hold off on that, at least until we get another one. Then we go down. This seems reasonable. Alright. I've ever been amazed by storms and their lightning. As a child, I remember staring out at night, waiting and looking for that majestic glow way beyond the horizon. Yesterday, while admiring the beauty of lightning once more, I had found a rather strange coin on top of the mountain I tend to visit. As I laid my hand on it, my legs had begun to feel weak, and soon after I was unconscious. When I woke, the coin had disappeared and took the lightning with it. I am now able to fully control them. Their power feels like an extension of myself, like it had always belonged with me. My lightning and I, we now feel unstoppable. Signed, Raksha, Lord of Lightning. So I get it. He gets a hard-on from the lightning. At least he has a thing he loves, you know? Not everyone can say they do. So what's going on here? Oh, neat. Forgot to save. Haven't done that in a while. Hey there. Yeah, so you see the problem here. What? I feel nothing. Did I fail the elements? No. No! They failed me! Okay. Oh. It's time to end this insect. Yeah, you're right. Did you just, it's nothing personal, kid me? Me? The guy with the bow? That doesn't work. I failed. Raksha, my lightnings? Isn't lightning in itself both singular and plural? That's kind of silly. You are definitely an orc. I failed. Did he just... Okay. What am I looking at here? Alright. This thing emanates enormous power. Alright. Well, we happen to have a thing now. -1 from the world, I guess. Weird. These things were supposed to have been destroyed, by the way. But that's clearly not the way that worked. Where are we? From here, we may as well continue. Actually, I'm tempted. Do you guys want to do another run of the Demon Dimension? I know. We only have an hour, and that whole ordeal with the guy we just bullied, that whole ordeal probably took a good 20 minutes. I'm probably being too optimistic about that. But, I mean, there's really not much else. Hold on, before I deal with you. Then a war crime for a war crime. There we go. Angle needs to be just right. Also, there's deviation on the arrow, which I didn't learn from observation, but from talking to the boyar and looking at his bow skills. So yeah, there's deviation on your shots. Ooh, we got some of those arrows back. Running a straight line from someone using a bow. Come on. Brain in head. Orcish longsword. I do want to replace this spear, but I need it to be a spear with at least one socket and good skills. I think we do have another spear. Oh, right, we picked up Paladin's Guard. So this is wow, this is actually achievable. So here we have a weapon with physical and elemental damage baked in, with relatively low stat requirements. Strength and dexterity at 10 and intelligence at 5. We're already we're about 30% out from the next level. So I guess we can start working towards that instead of investing in magic right now. But we will need mana because this has Pillars of Light. Cast multiple holy pillars in the targeted area. I wonder if it deals multiple hits of damage depending on how things land, or if it's just they all appear and it's one single hit no matter what. Like there's no overlap or anything. 100% chance to recover 1 health on kill. 9% chance to cast magic aura of protection on taking damage. I'm pretty sure magic aura of protection decreases. It lasts 10 seconds according to what I'm remembering, and decreases the damage you take from the next hit by 50%. With a 10% chance, with an additional 10% chance to cast Pillars of Light when you take damage as well. If that had been on hit, I was a little erect already, to be fair. But if that had been to cast it, a chance to cast on hit, I'd be soaked all the way through. This bow is okay. I mean, the one we have now, let's see, has bonus crit chance and mana. Well, the mana doesn't really matter. The extra crit chance does. The bow is on 3. Hail of arrows and dark damage and bleeding. Lock that down. What do you have? Extra physical damage and a chance to inflict poison, but you don't have Hail of arrows. I mean, Marked Shot sounds like it's an incredible skill, but between the stat requirements for this and the damage it deals as a result, this is just a worse weapon than Paladin's Guard, no question. I mean, sure, Paladin Guard's stat distribution requirement is rough, but we already had intelligence and everything, so it's not that big of a deal. So, here we have the Hardened Lich Staff of Bleeding. Deals primarily dark damage and with whatever spell it is that it does through basic attacks. It requires 20 magic, though. I'm sorry, this thing also happens to have Summon an Army of the Undead, which calls forth 5 lesser undead at the cost of 40 mana. So you basically get to summon 5 in the speed it would, I'm assuming, take to summon 1 with the Dark Rune, or the Lesser Undead Rune here. And even if it does take a little while longer, I've got that other necklace thing that reduces or increases the speed of your spell casting. So then we have Miasma, which I'm really eager to test, but I don't think we'll ever get to 20 magic. It's possible. Undead Sacrifice. Detonate all summoned undead dealing area damage on sacrifice. That requires a lot of mana, though. And you'd only be able to cast it at this level. You'd only be able to cast it twice. No, once. And then you could detonate them, but then, yeah, so you'd be spamming a lot of mana potions, which isn't awful. I wonder how many of them, how many summons you can have on screen at once. Is there a limit, or can you literally fill the world with summons, or at least the screen? Then we have its modifications, of which I can tell it already deserves to be locked. Oops. So, we have plus 10 physical damage. I don't know how that's going to work out. Plus 8 mana, a 45% chance to recover 2 mana on kill, as well as an 11% chance to inflict 15 bleed damage per second. Now, I don't know how that works with summons, especially if they're from the weapon itself and not just from another weapon you were equipped with? Do the summons gain the modification effect? It'd be easy to tell if they trigger the 2 mana on killing something. Also, is your summon damage increased by your intelligence? Or could it be increased by magic? I would assume intelligence. I also forgot to lock this, my baby. We also have a Rune of Fire, which, oh my god. Now, this thing has an intelligence requirement of 22. Understandable. But the fire damage it does is 46 with Flame Ring. Whereas the Apprentice Rune deals 10. It really is an Apprentice Rune. Then we have Great Fireball. Channel your mana to cast a charged fireball. Okay. Rain of Fire. I can assume what that does. And then we have its modifications. Plus 24 mana, and a 25% chance to inflict burn, effectively. Dealing 10 fire damage per second. Locked. So, okay, we have one more to check. Just go ahead and mark that as junk. That as well. Still on the fence about this one, but it's not like I can equip it for anything. Oh right, we did acquire some katanas. One of bleeding. So it now has 2 separate chances to inflict bleed damage for 2 separate damage values. And I don't believe for a second that these chances stack because they have 2 different instances. Actually, in a way they do stack. Because you can basically, that means there's a chance to inflict 2 separate instances of bleed on an enemy. I don't know if it's possible. I'd have to be able to equip this, and we are pretty far from that particular spot. I am going to lock it because I like what's going on here. Also, it can counter attacks, which I definitely love, and it has an inherent attack speed bonus. This is just better on the off chance that it isn't. Hold on, this doesn't even have sockets. This has 2 sockets. It's just the better weapon. But on the off chance that the 2 separate instances of bleeding aren't actually viable and you can't trigger it twice on the same enemy, this I think would be an acceptable alternative, although its bleed chance is pretty low. Okay, so we've got some pretty nice stuff in our inventory. A lot of stuff that needs to be sold though, for sure, but nice stuff just the same. You know, right? I just realized I could go around stab. Right, I also picked up another one of these that has a 73% chance to recover mana on hit. So, actually, we have the torch in the slot that the knife used to be in. But I think, it's on 5. Honestly, I think I can get rid of this lesser rune here and then just equip the runic dagger so I can have that mana regen when I need it. Granted, it's extremely risky to go for it, as I always stand a chance of getting slapped in the mouth. But 7. No. I don't understand how physical damage modifiers are supposed to work on a weapon that uses ranged magic projectile. What? Never mind. This deals physical damage, so it would work. Oh, we can actually use... Do we have a slot? We can... I guess 6? 5 or... I don't anticipate this torch being necessary very frequently. So we'll replace... Hold on. That with the... Go ahead and junk that. Wait. Yeah, neither of them have any modifiers, which is extremely weird. Ooh, a kite shields. Block. It mainly hates fire damage and physical damage. Good for it. It also reduces your damage taken by 14%. What were we going to equip? The priest room, which is here. The torch is on 6. Yeah, it was on 6 next to the pickaxe. Either one of them I could have gotten rid of. Oh, we could use the heal right about now. So good. I mean, basically, that allowed... How much does that actually cost again? 5 mana? That's it for 15 health? That's almost too good. I can stab things and get that back. I wish we could dual wield things. Then I'd just stab and heal, stab and heal. Oh, we can't do that here, though. Imagine that. We can almost face tank. But I mean, we have to swap between the ruin and the other thing, so... Not real face tanking. But approximate face tanking. I don't remember what this area is. Oh, it's that thing. It's that door that we don't know how to open. Wait. We have the pale coin. Maybe it goes in the door? I can't use it. Oh, right. There's also a new game coming out in like an hour or so. Gotta remember to save. Called Dread Mist, which is... It's interesting. It reminds me of something. I don't remember what. Don't you come to my wall. We're racist against orcs around here. That's right, I said it. I also wonder what this does. Hey there. Not a viable option. Got it. Okay. So this is just a thing we can do now. This is the way we need to go. Time to make a little progress this episode, you know? Ooh, money. Actually, I should go around and buy this stuff from the other people. Like the potion ingredients from the girl, the lady, and the stuff from Themir. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I'm not going to face tank this guy's hits. I'm telling you that right now. I love that they gave the enemies these crazy movement animations, because without them, dealing with them with... Whoa, that's... He just tried to combo me. I don't... What it? Ow! Motherfrick, I just healed. Stop making me spend my mana. Dick. Get outranged, kid. It's my bridge now. We got his helmet, which we can wear, and it gives us such stats. And a socket. Honestly, way better than what we're wearing. The requirement of it is obscenely low for the stats it offers. Then I do want... It's got lower resistance. But it does give us more crit chance, which I have nothing but love for. A good stretch is a good stretch. Ooh, locked? I guess I'll lock that one too. Bonus intelligence and attack speed, but this also gives us reduced gold cost when buying items, and I am a cheap bastard. I don't think I'm ever going to actually have a one-handed weapon, but I'm not entirely confident that there are one-handed axes. I'll keep that one because it served me faithfully, and so I return the sentiment. Actually, put that on, lock you. Now we put that on. Assassin bracers. Oh my. Lock that. This is extra crit chance. We lose the resistances, but we can always just put those back on if it turns out we might need it. This gives us... Wait, after a perfect block you get 2 health? That's... Why is this on? It's a modifier, that's why. So that's... that would frankly be a good modifier if you were running a plate armor set. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to walk slowly. I mean, then you'd have to look around for movement speed increasing modifiers, and it just turns into a whole headache, so no. Lock it, equip it. Lock this one as well. Let me check something really quickly. This and weapons heal is Still 15 health. Okay. I was just wondering because I thought I didn't check that, did I? Here we have the venomous tail. It is a whip. It deals physical damage and dark damage because if you're into whips, that's kinky, and anything kinky is based in darkness. Its strength requirements are pretty reasonable, though its damage is not equivalent to what it's asking of you. Also, I'm under the impression that the E next to the strength and dexterity is also representative of its scaling, but I have no actual evidence of that. In fact, haven't we put another point into dexterity? Well, yeah, we put another point into dexterity, but I don't think the bow hits any harm. Never mind. It definitely does. Got it. It definitely does. So, just on the basis of it being a whip, locked. It's the first one I've seen, and the only one I've seen. So, after the requirements, we have its skill. Multi-whip. That's it. Multi-whip. Lash your gimp 3 times quickly. Now, I could have phrased that better, I admit it. But I did my best, okay? Now, this costs 10 mana and 10 stamina in order to deal 5 dark damage and 9 dark damage over the course of those 3 hits. You see, the problem here is it's having the damage. It halves the damage for each. Why not just say 50% damage dealt or something like that rather than this awkward business? Because if I were a cynical man, I would think that this is not able to do any other element's damage. And even if you were to, say, have extra dark damage as a modifier, you would still only deal the base damage indicated here, which I assume goes up if you invest in the relevant stats of strength and dexterity. So, that's the thing. Oh, yeah, so dot damage does have a limited duration. Otherwise, it wouldn't have a modifier that adds time to that duration. Because there wouldn't be one to add time to. You get the point. We now know it's limited, we just don't know how long. How long at base, anyway? I would assume 3 seconds. Goodness, we have so much good stuff. Junked. 17 damage, 14 strength. It's junk. Ooh, a mage room. Okay. I don't think I need teleport because we have the what is the thing called? The grappling hook. You know, it's just a thing I keep track of. Pretty sure we're fine for everything else. I can just get rid of this. It's not going to be worth it. Stats versus how much damage it deals, not worth. And I think that's everything. Look at us. I'm a real man now. Welcome to the road to Erdstadt. I could use more mana. Give me mana! I've tried killing those before. It doesn't work. I guess we can just go in any of the other redirections. So, you first. I hate that. I hate that that happened. But it's my fault. No one else to blame but little old me. See, I know how you work. And that you're squished. Ooh, 30 extra arrows. Wait, we killed this guy? Oops. See, now this is beginning to remind me of Stone Shard. Mother fricker. I can't let him actually hit me with his weapon, though. That can't happen. Last time he hit me, it was for 40 some odd damage. Arming sword. You know, I was listening to a stream talking about arming swords a little while ago. Wait. Oh my god. I could have missed that. If I hadn't been paying attention to the fact that he had died there, I'd have walked, frankly, I noticed that something dropped. It had a little weird effect that I hadn't seen before. So I was like, did it just drop me a goodie? And lo and behold, yeah. And if I hadn't been paying attention, or if I had been under attack from someone else whose range attacks I was dodging or just trying to keep out of the range of, I wouldn't have been able to watch him die, see that animation, see that little, very little thing there was on the screen, and I might have actually just left without even seeing it or noticing it. And I would have missed out on the Dark Club, which requires 32 strength with C rank scaling. Features 3 sockets, the skills Backstep, Force Wave, and that's frankly it for those. And the modifications plus 16% fire resistance, plus 3 dark damage, plus 9% crit chance, plus 8% crit damage, and plus 10% chance to inflict an additional 16 ice damage. Locked? Like, I couldn't lock it harder if I had... Okay, goodness. If I had tried. Like, goodness, that is... That's luck. You know what? I do need... Hold on. Actually, I could just beat you up with... Yeah, we'll do that. Shut up. I made a mistake. See, he wants to stay away from me. I see a lizard man up there. I don't know how he works or how much damage he does. Ooh, I could have gotten hit there. I was a lot closer to that guy than I thought I was. Save it. Definitely save it. I am not... Maybe we could try the lizard man. I don't want to actually. Oh, goodness. He's not just a lizard man, he is part dragon. Ouch, that's my health bar. No more messing around with this guy. Yeah. Okay, we have bones. I like that. Oh. Oh, and then we summoned the monster. What the frick? Do you know who I am? Let's see. $164. We can always buy more from the bowyer. I hate that. You, that. Come here. Does this have a socket? I would love to put a dodge on it, but I kind of wish we could use the skills from weapons that were equipped on the hotbar right here, but like I'd be able to use, if I were to do this, I could also see the grappling hook on here somewhere, so I could use that if I wanted to, without having to have that particular weapon equipped. This place is a maze. Zing? What the frick? What is this, Somalia? Welcome to Little Somalia, everyone. Oh. We're just in the land of Lizardman now. How about you don't? An iced obsidian spear. I do appreciate that when enemies drop something, there's a little bit of flair if it's something unique. An iced obsidian spear featuring 45 physical damage, gaining a bonus 16 from our stat spread, requiring... Oh, hold on. Does this not scale with strength and dexterity? What the... I don't understand. Why isn't there a letter next to the strength and dexterity requirements? Typically that... But it's definitely getting scaling. I guess they just forgot for this weapon? It might do that for other ones and then they all just scale anyway. Yeah, see, for this, it doesn't have the... Though there's also absolutely no scaling on this that I can tell. It's based on magic and dexterity, but if it's scaled with dexterity, it would deal more damage. It still only deals the usual amount. Very, very concerning. Because if it doesn't scale, which it seems like it does, but doesn't explicitly state it does, it we can't take this with us for very long. Like, its requirements are decently low for the amount of damage it can deal, but it only has backstep and evasive strike, which are basically the same freaking thing. And it deals +2 ice damage. Not great, I'll take it and use it when I can, but by the time I can, I'll just have something better. You know? We're never going to... Well, no. We do need strength to wield the spears, so eventually we will have enough strength to wield the Dark Club. For now, though... This video is probably going to go longer than I expected. Oh, right, I was talking about Dark Dread Mist. We'll get back to that in a second. This video is probably going to go on a little longer than expected. I wonder if I can set that stuff on fire with a torch. Because I'm off work. I require more Okay, so that's the limit of lockpicking. Wait, what is this? I assume this is still going to be here when we return. We need 20 dexterity? Really? We also need strength. Actually, we need intelligence to put this on. And we only need the one. Never mind, we need the 2. So be it. Get in here, buddy. Put you on 3. Oh. Hey there. Gonna join me over here, behind the rock? Yeah, figured that would. Its attack speed is much slower than the other spear, even with all of the stuff we have on. I know you're trying to spit on me. Okay, so I've realized now, a little late, a kettle hat. Can you make popcorn in that? I kind of do want popcorn. Oh, if it weren't just so unbelievably bad for my stat spread. I wonder what would happen. Yeah, so... Oh, I can't attack with it now. Darn, I thought I had found the hidden hack. Hold this for me. Yeah, that can hit multiple times, so the larger the enemy is, the better the deeps. I could not interrupt that, though I don't know if I landed a hit that does interrupt, so there's that. Mana after a perfect block instead. You know, the one we have is better, even though it doesn't have as much stuff. The item find bonus is pretty good, though. I mean, it'd hurt our damage overall, but the simple fact that we'd have an 8% chance to... We could equip this right before we open a chest or something. So there's that. Also, I do appreciate that bonus stats don't show up here, so I don't end up confused as to where our actual stats are. It shows the bonus off on this side. So we basically have 10 dexterity and 10 strength. And 7 luck. That way I know what our real base is and what we're getting from equipment and other things. I appreciate that. So we can just have, okay, you're junk. You are the king. Just the fact that I don't have to take more damage for wanting more attack speed, even though once I equip this, it's basic. Well, we have another one that gave us attack speed? I guess not. Wait, I think it was this one. No. Okay. So, I've realized a bit late now, admittedly, that enemies can only attack in... I thought it was just for ranged enemies, but apparently, once they've launched their attack, it only goes in that direction and they can't just switch on the fly. I'm kind of the same way. But that means I can basically juke around them once I see them stop, which tells me they're going to attack. Like that. And so all of that mana we just got goes right back into healing us. He saw all of the blood and was understandably vexed. That's going to hurt. So, I just unlocked, an obsidian sword of stamina, and a frozen nail. Saving. So I just unlocked new cheese tech. Basically, if you run back and forth through the enemy, pausing, of course, for effect, you can basically just juke to the opposite side of their attack, get some hits in, depending on the recovery time from it, or for it, on their part. And what did they do? You sacrifice a mirror? I can't remember. Narcissus, that's the name of the god. They sacrificed a mirror to the god Narcissus. I don't know what they intended to get in return, but okay. I can appreciate wanting things. We didn't pick up armor. Actually, lock that because I want to keep that item find bonus. Okay, so let's make sure there's nothing up here we're missing. Here we have the Obsidian Sword of Stamina. It requires 16 strength and deals 30 physical damage. It also has the strength requirement of 16, which that's okay. It comes with the / skill, which is basically going to be... Ooh, it also comes with extra stamina, which is pretty decent. I'll hold on to it. Then we have Frozen Nail, a dagger / rapier, which deals 6 physical damage and 16 ice damage. It requires 20 dexterity and 7 intelligence to use, and it scales with them both. And not well either. This thing has 2 damage at base for physical and ice damage. And considering my stat spread is equal between, well, no, not between intelligence and dexterity. Definitely not. So what do you have that makes you worth using? Cast multiple frozen nails from the ground. And then we have its string of modifiers. A bonus 2 seconds to the freeze duration. Didn't know there was such an effect. I have to be aware of that. Oh, it comes with an inherent chance to inflict freeze. So I have to be aware of that when it comes to enemies with ice attacks. And then a 100% chance for an additional 5 ice damage for 3 seconds when you inflict freeze. So you inflict freeze, you get 15 damage. It's not awful. The requirements are rather extreme for what little it has to offer us, but overall, I kind of like it. Oh, we can equip this. I forgot about this thing. What are your stats? 16 physical damage? Do we have a slot for you? I guess we can try you on 5? Where are you? So this has bleed and poison. This has bleed and poison. 6 and 6 with a chance to recover health on hit. And mana on kill. Oh, this one definitely. This one definitely, because it also has the extra physical damage, which means we have 26 in total. It unfortunately doesn't have a socket, but I heard some walking. Once you get the bleed, actually it is bleed, isn't it? Poison and bleed dot damage. Let's bleed our enemies. We almost have enough for another level. This is a mid area, or a crossroads, that's the word. I'm sorry, you freaking what, mate? Where the frick does this road go? Is there a troll asking for a toll? No? Oh. No, just lizards. I got rid of my... I messed up. Which... This one? I can't equip that yet. Stay over there, guys. I'll deal with you in a second. I'm pretty sure it's this one on 3, this one on 4. %. Junk. And you have 8%, which is fine. The extra mana might be okay, but I only get it while I have it equipped, so maybe we should junk it. Though the shockwave actually could be useful. And it costs stamina, not mana. I didn't really want to equip it. Go ahead and save so we keep our hot bar the way God intended. And then we stab a guy. Come here. No, not like that. Dramatic sting. Love it. Almost died. Let's try that again. Get over here. He's bleeding. Was bleeding. Crimson gem. Socket to your helmet to have a 6% chance to inflict 8 fire damage per second. I don't hate that. I do have a slot open on the helmet. If you slot it on your armor, you gain health over time at a rate of 0.29 per second. If you put this on your weapon, you gain fire and dark damage. But if you put it on your helmet, you just gain a chance to deal 8 fire damage per second with anything you have equipped, even if you're just memeing around. While this only works on the weapon you slot it on. This is universal, which granted, it's only a 6% chance, which is not great and requires something that attacks quickly to get value. But even with that as it is, I'm tempted to socket it into the helmet. I am tempted. Not as much with the armor. If it were 1 a second or even 50, yeah, I could do that. I don't know if we can actually socket into something that's already got a slot filled and it only has the one. Maybe we can... I don't know if you can even remove things from sockets. There's no way to interact with your item beyond that. So I don't imagine so. Maybe there's someone somewhere that can remove them. Obviously, for a cost. That would be great, because I would like to keep the stuff I slot and be able to put it into something better later down the line. Like this, for example. I like the chance to inflict fire damage. So you click the thing and then you go to whatever you want to stick it in. And then you stick it in gently. Like so. And now we just have a 6% chance to set things on fire as you do. And that's... so there's a cave around here somewhere. We still have the XP necklace. I see that thing down there. Vitality, dexterity, vitality. Strength and endurance. Bonus dex that I dropped. We've got it back now. Vitality, endurance. The 2 dexterity is a tempting option. Okay. Oh, I thought I picked that back up. 2 dex. Yeah, you're the worst one. Let's make sure we save to keep those things. You first. I don't know what the other guy does. You're going to have to come up here someday. Leveled up. Obsidian iced spear of poison. No! Leave me alone, sir. This. I've never seen an enemy do that before. You beat them and then there's... Maybe I have. I mean, not in this game. I'm talking about in games in general. You have to keep track of the fact that there are 2 doors here. I choose you. Good. Let's go up and then back out. So, isn't there... With this... I would have to cast here. Wrong one. Great. Need to use this. And so it doesn't work like that. Got it. Great. The dagger is on. Alright. Actually, sort by newest. Now we need to look for the torch. There it is. That's on 7. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. You just barely see it. Those things are really not worth fighting. At least they don't appear to drop anything worth or anything at all, honestly. Ooh, but we can. To get to us, it would have to. Yeah, so it does drop a thing, but it's not relevant in any way. I know we picked up an obsidian ice spear of poison, but hold on. Okay. Don't hate having that. Let me suckle on that, and then what else did we want to do? I wanted to check this. No new skills or anything, but it also comes with much higher ice damage than the other one. Yeah, significantly so. This is trash. This is the future. 6% chance to inflict 24 ice damage, and then a 15% chance to inflict 3 poison per second. This is disgusting. This is just pure DPS, and it comes with a socket. It is my dream girl. Do we have anything else? No. Okay. We are getting a decent amount of XP from the things we're killing, though. What else do we... I guess we keep going with strength and dexterity? Is there anything in particular we're looking to accomplish outside of the obvious? Ooh, that is... Looking forward to it, though. Ooh, that is... I mean, even if I do also want the katanas to unlock. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I was going to be a punchy boy, then I was going to be a magey boy. Now, we're looking pretty dexy. There's nothing else here. Okay. Have at thee. Chilling here for no good. Now you see this, right? Really? So that? I wonder, now that this has been revealed to be a thing, is it possible I think I have fire bombs too. Is it possible that there are walls like that, but they instead look like this, so you'd actually have to just run around stabbing at everything? Or would it be Because that would just drive me. That would drive me insane. I'd walk everywhere going, there could be something here, and I don't want to check all of the walls. Try the club, perhaps? I can't. The size of this thing's AoE is disgusting. Also, let me make sure I have Stone Eruption equipped. So, not you. How would I... Can I not break that from this side? Is that what it's saying? I have 5 of these, but I don't imagine they'll actually work. Sure, let's test it. Throw it here. No. Okay, so where'd our dream girl go? There she is. Hello, beautiful. Welcome back to the clue. I was going to say it, but I'm a better man than that. Hopefully I'm right and you can only break that from the opposite side. Oh, great. I see ore deposits here, a glow shroom here, but... Oh. Oh, that's not good. Nothing of note down here. Why is this a thing? There we go. I think we only have 1 left. Yeah. And I want to take him to the club, so... Get over here, bud. This one's for you. Let's see... Pickaxe is probably going to be at the bottom. One day we'll get all of this stuff out of our inventory, and it'll be great. For now, though, hardened Lance of the Lich? I am sorry, you what, mate? Okay, hardened Lance of the Lich. Evasive strike, chance to recover mana on a kill. But it comes with bonus physical damage. We can also actually equip this thing now. But it deals less damage than our Paladin's Guard. Which honestly should be doing like 32. Weird. I could have sworn it was doing 30 on the enemies we were hitting. What else? What else do we... More lances, right. This one. Bonus dark damage. But it doesn't have skills to make use of it. I'll hold on to that just to test it. I do want to get our magic up high enough to be able to use these, but that's going to... Come with me, child. I will show you such scenes. Hold on. Oh. You were right next to me, huh? I mean, I guess we can take the good. Fine. Take this off. barely see it. Oh, this deals no damage. Hold on. Okay, that's kind of insane. Okay, yeah, if they just stop, that is DPS for days. Where's the other guy at? So the spell from that bow doesn't... It makes up for the fact that the weapon itself deals no damage. It only has intelligence scaling. See? So it doesn't even scale with dexterity, it scales with intelligence. So if it doesn't have the letter next to it, it definitely doesn't scale. Which is fine on its face, but remember, the other weapon we found doesn't have scaling at all. This one? So this is about as good as it'll ever be. I mean, maybe they scale based on when they're dropped or your level or something, but I don't... Like, right now, this is good. This is really good. 45 physical damage? Yeah, but... man, it's not a good time. Junk. I love to take my baby clubbing. Where is... Make sure I'm not being aggressed upon from the dark. Sort of touch that up a little bit. Yeah, just like that. What else? I have to pull the torch out, so I can't really... I don't need to have this dagger equipped, but I need to keep it equipped. Otherwise, I may accidentally sell it. And that would be most unfortunate. Oh, hi there! He takes no damage from this thing. He's immune to being set on fire. Staring chill. A shield. And all it requires is extra vitality. Reduce 20% of the damage you take when you block. Freezes enemies caught in your gaze. 20% chance to inflict an additional 3 ice damage for 5 seconds on inflicting freeze. So that's 15 extra damage. And it just freezes them. And I don't really need extra stats for it either. Which means I can equip this. Didn't we have something that likes enemies to be frozen or something? What was it? You? Yeah, but only if... I think it's only if this weapon inflicts the freeze. Yeah. Yeah, it's only if this one inflicts it. We can get the intelligence requirement. The dexterity one is going to take a while. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. This, I mean, unless they're undead, you're not getting any real value out of it. The fact that it doesn't have any extra stats on it, and it doesn't look like it can ever get any, and it scales with intelligence, things aren't looking good for this weapon. But as it stands, we've got so many other options. So much to look forward to going forward. Didn't we find another one of these? Hold on. No surprises. Over here sitting in the dark. I know what you were doing. I was like you once. Oh, we're taking damage here. I mean, that's fine. I hate that we're going slow like this. I don't know if this is because of the way they've designed this and it's causing my game to run slowly, or if this is literally just how they've designed it to be. Yeah, I think it's the former. My game is... I'm running this off of the computer itself rather than from like GeForce Now or something. So yeah, this is definitely due to my computer not being good. I don't mind having to spam healing through this, but I would rather not. There's nothing worth my time over here. Don't forget, we also have enough mana potions to feed us through this. It's just that having to deal with running like this is obnoxious. And it seems the game isn't a fan of it either. Something good dropped. Molten obsidian necklace and a dark arming sword. Aha, broke your shell. Oh, I can't open it. Maybe we could put mana potions on this. Again, I'm worried that I might accidentally sell the thing or mark it for selling, and then it's just gone, and so is the 300 gold skill that's on it. So what's going on here? Anything I can do? Unreadable. 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 Got it. I get it. I'm ignorant. Possibly even mentally handicapped. Intelligence is only 7. That's not it. Ooh. You know what? This is going to be a good place to stop. I need to go back to town, sell stuff, buy stuff, make stuff. The usual, honestly. I hope you guys have enjoyed yourselves and everything you've seen here. It was a much, much longer episode, and I honestly would have kept going if I hadn't come across this. I'm going to try. I'm going to try not to go any further here. I'm probably going to go back to the crossroads we were at that led us to this, and then just look around there. And if I end up running into a boss or something, I'll just run and we'll take care of that next episode. Next episode will probably be another long one since it's going to be recorded on a Saturday, and the one after that as well. Maybe. It depends on how I feel once I get back from work. But look forward to long videos because as long as I'm off work, I'm happy to do videos that go much longer than an hour. But if it's like me recording after coming home from work on a day I have to then go to work the next day, I'm going to try to keep them at an hour like I'm supposed to do, but have not been doing because I just lose track of time. This game is that much fun. If you haven't gotten it yourself, do. It's $10, I think, and I got it. Yeah, it's $10, and I bought it on sale for like $7.49. Oh, it's worth it. Like I thought I might be a little put off by the old graphics, and even though I didn't care, I thought, but yeah. And so, with all that said, we will see you